In the middle of the night, an aspiring firefighter named Wayne Gray goes to an arid desert to practice for his practical exam the next day when suddenly he notices a meteorite coming towards him. Wayne runs as fast as he can to avoid being hit, while his car is destroyed by the impact. The next morning, at Glen Canyon Community College, a science professor named Harry Block receives a call about the meteorite's fall and seizes the opportunity to examine the cosmic rock in person. Accompanying him is his friend and fellow science professor, Dr. Ira Kane. At the crash site, Harry shows his identification to the sheriff, claiming to be the official representative of the United States Geological Survey. After questioning Wayne about what happened the previous night, Harry asks the sheriff about the crater and the existence of a tunnel system. Harry and Kane finally arrive at the cave where the meteorite is located and begin collecting rock samples. Back at Kane's lab at the university, he analyzes the liquid that came from the rock while Harry goes to watch his volleyball team's game. To Kane's surprise, the liquid from the meteorite contains single-celled organisms multiplying at a very rapid rate. Upon seeing this, Kane runs a test on his computer and discovers that the DNA of the cell is 10 base pairs, comparing it to the DNA of all living creatures on Earth, which has only 4 base pairs. This proves the existence of alien life. He quickly heads to the gym and tells Harry about the discovery. Hearing this, Harry immediately thinks about winning a Nobel Prize for their discovery. However, when they go to Kane's office, where he transferred the sample, they are amazed to witness the single-celled organisms evolving into multicellular organisms. Later, the two return to the crash site with their students, saying it's a field trip. Kane also reminds them not to touch or move anything, especially without protective gloves. In the cave, Kane and Harry are shocked to see that there is already plant life around the meteorite and a foul smell in the area that Kane describes as ammonia and methane, suggesting they are already creating their own atmosphere. At that moment, one of Harry's students, Nadine, feels something moving on her toes. When she clears the fog below them, they discover they are all standing on millions of flatworms. Frightened, the students quickly scramble out of the worm-filled pit. Kane picks up a flatworm that suddenly dies when exposed to oxygen, leading him to believe that for this alien life to survive, they must be under their atmosphere the whole time, and he orders Harry to collect some of the aliens' makeshift atmosphere for studying the worms without killing them. Later, at the university, both professors are intrigued to find that the alien worms are dividing in two, reproducing through multiplication, like mitosis. On the way back to Kane's office, he reminds Harry not to tell anyone, especially the government, about their discovery for the time being. Meanwhile, lack of sleep causes Wayne to lose focus and fail his practical exam. He is currently working as the pool manager at a country club, where he discovers several dead flatworms leading to storage. Wayne grabs a bleach, planning to kill the worms with it, when he suddenly notices something moving in the water tank and, to his horror, sees a strange-looking animal inside, which goes directly for the pump. Not knowing what it is, Wayne decides to leave. The next day, Kane and Harry go to the crash site, only to find it has been taken over by the army. At the entrance, they are stopped by a soldier who says they are not on the list of authorized visitors, but Kane asks if they can speak to his superior. Shortly after, Kane and Harry are allowed to enter and are instructed to go straight to the command tent. There, Kane is greeted by General Russell Woodman. To Harry's surprise, it is revealed that Kane was a colonel who worked in the Pentagon with Russell. Kane asks how Russell learned about the meteorite, and he casually reveals that he has been monitoring Kane's computer all this time and is a bit disappointed that Kane didn't inform them about the meteorite. At that moment, a woman joins the conversation, stating that Kane should have also informed the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention about this. Seeing her, Russell introduces her as Dr. Ellison Reed, senior researcher in epidemiology. Russell then thanks Kane and Harry for their discovery and tells them that the army and the institution will take over the site and the research from now on. Stunned, Kane argues that they deserve to continue their research, but Russell merely points out that he thinks he is a disgrace and a dangerous researcher. The two professors then angrily declare they will fight for their rights and will see Russell in court. 2 weeks later, Kane and Harry face Russell and Ellison in court, hoping to continue their research on the meteorite, pointing out that they were the first to discover alien life and that all documented evidence is in Kane's office at the university. In response, Ellison questions Kane on the witness stand about the incident he caused when he tried to develop a vaccine for anthrax, as Kane was discharged from service after his experimental vaccines caused terrible side effects in the soldiers who received them. The side effects included severe diarrhea, memory loss, temporary blindness, and so forth, which the soldiers referred to as Kane's madness. With all this exposed, Kane and Harry lose the case. To make matters worse, they discover that Kane's office has been ransacked and all his research and documented evidence have been stolen. Because of this, they decide to fight fire with fire. Posing as soldiers, Kane and Harry infiltrate the research facility and head towards the cave to try to collect another sample. There, they are surprised to see how the environment has changed, and now the place has a fully formed ecosystem filled with alien life, both animal and plant. Shortly after, Harry steps on one of the alien insects, and the smaller ones begin to gather to eat him. Seeing this, Kane orders Harry to grab one of the small aliens and place it in the container. Just as he is about to catch one, a much larger alien suddenly steps on him and eats him. Unbeknownst to them, the place is equipped with a microphone, so Ellison can hear them from the command center. Because of this, Ellison, along with 2 other military officers, descends into the cave and threatens them with arrest for violating court orders. In return, Kane provokes her for her audacity in saying such things since they were the first to steal all Kane's documents. Hearing this, Ellison gets confused, saying she doesn't know what he's talking about. When Kane insists that her military friends did this, an alien that resembles a mosquito suddenly tears Harry's suit and enters. Thinking quickly, Ellison orders Kane to raise the oxygen levels to kill the mosquito, however, it goes inside Harry's backside. They immediately take Harry to the operating room within the facility as the alien nears his intimate parts, and the doctor suggests removing the insect from Harry using forceps. Harry protests at first, but he has no choice when Kane and Ellison force him to turn around, and after a few minutes, the doctor finally removes the insect from his body. Meanwhile, at the country club, Wayne is now working as a waiter during a party. At this moment, the arrogant owner of the country club sees a beautiful woman and invites her for a drink outside but accidentally spills wine on her pants. Irritated, he goes to a nearby lake to wash himself, but suddenly he is attacked by an alligator-like alien that drags him and kills him in the lake. The woman witnesses everything and runs back to the party, telling everyone what she saw. The next day, Kane and Harry find Wayne waiting for them outside Kane's office. Inside, Wayne shows them the alligator-like alien, saying that this creature killed the country club owner. According to him, he and the others chased the creature, but when he stepped in a sand trap, it simply died. At the same time, elsewhere, a group of middle-aged women discovers a strange alien resembling a frog. When one of them approaches, the alien opens its mouth, revealing a terrifying avian-like second head attached to its mouth, and bites the woman. Shocked, one of them calls emergency services while another grabs a gun, but before she can shoot, the alien quickly dies while gasping for air. Concurrently, Kane goes to Ellison's hotel to talk to her, alerting her that the aliens are spreading and rapidly adapting to Earth's atmosphere, and she needs to convince Russell to eliminate all the aliens while they still can. Without promising a favorable outcome for him, Ellison says she will try to discuss this with the general. When she enters the elevator, Kane suddenly asks if there's a chance she likes him. Hearing this, Ellison merely laughs. After that, Kane meets with Harry and Wayne at a diner, where he tells them he convinced Ellison to speak with Russell. Wayne seizes the opportunity to ask the 2 professors if what is happening is some sort of alien attack, but Harry and Kane are not sure. Then the group hears on a nearby police radio the call about what happened to a group of middle-aged women who discovered a strange alien resembling a frog, and upon hearing the address on the call, the 3 go to investigate. After convincing the police officer that they know about the occurrences, Kane and Harry enter the house while Wayne checks behind the yard. Inside, they investigate where the alien may have come from and discover it dug its way into the house's storage room. Not long after, Wayne arrives and shows them a bunch of semi-dead dragon-like aliens in the back of the house. The 3 inspect the aliens, and Kane thinks they are trying to breathe oxygen, as if they are learning to adapt. Thinking carefully about this, Harry realizes that all the aliens are coming from the cave, which is basically a hive of caves and old mine shafts. From the cave, many tunnels lead to the outside of the city, and the aliens are using these pathways to travel undetected. Just when they notice that one alien is still moving and vomiting something, they soon realize that the alien is giving birth to another dragon-like creature, and unfortunately for them, this one can breathe oxygen. With the birth of the first alien evolved for the terrestrial atmosphere, the 3 realize they are in big trouble. As the alien flies toward the mall, Kane, Harry, and Wayne quickly follow it, arming themselves with weapons. They hunt the alien, which takes a store thief hostage. As the alien flies above the people in the area, Kane decides to go to the second floor while Harry and Wayne stay on the ground floor to broaden their search area. However, they still lose sight of the creature. Suddenly, Wayne starts singing, and the alien seems attracted to it, so it returns toward them. Realizing this, he keeps singing, and at the right moment, Harry pulls the thief from the alien's grasp. Kane then seizes the opportunity to shoot it down, leaving it dead on the mall floor. Upon checking the body, it begins to move again, so the three shoot it again to ensure this time the creature is dead. This incident finally draws the media's attention, and the alien attacks are now becoming public. Because of this, Governor Lewis storms the crash site and demands that Russell explain the situation. But the general blames Kane and Harry for the situation, saying that since they violated the facility, chaos has ensued. Ellison tries to defend the two professors, but Russell simply ignores her. At that moment, Kane, Harry, and Wayne arrive, which immediately provokes a blame game among them and Russell. Irritated, Lewis interrupts them, stating that he doesn't care who or what started this, he just wants a way to eradicate the aliens. Given the seriousness of the situation, Russell immediately claims he has already devised a plan. According to him, after evacuating the inhabitants of Glen Canyon, they will use napalm to burn the aliens in the cave where the meteorite landed, but his speech is interrupted when one of the soldiers alerts him that an alien has just broken one of the cameras in the cave. To their horror, the screen shows that some of the aliens have evolved like primates and are sabotaging the cameras. They immediately position themselves, ready to protect the governor and fight the aliens. A battle ensues between humans and primates. While the soldiers are busy defending themselves, they do not notice that one of the primates is already attacking Lewis. Kane and Harry try to help him, but the alien's skin is too tough. Grabbing a nearby weapon, Wayne bravely shoots and manages to kill the alien primate. Before leaving the site, Lewis grants Russell permission to execute his plan and eliminate the aliens once and for all. When the governor departs, Russell orders Kane to take his friends and leave too. At that moment, Ellison tells Russell that he is an idiot and that she is leaving with Kane and the others. Outside, she hands Kane all her stolen research files and original samples so that he will be duly credited if they manage to solve the alien problem. As the evacuation takes place, the four head to the university, trying to think of a way to kill the alien. Overwhelmed, Harry lights a cigarette and throws the still burning match into the sample liquid Ellison brought back for them. Suddenly, the dormant cells begin to grow exponentially as they react to the fire. At this moment, they realize that burning the cave will only worsen the situation, as it will awaken all the dormant, unevolved cells inside, meaning using napalm to burn the aliens will be the worst idea. The evolved cell in the lab immediately dies when exposed to oxygen, but they are unsure if that will be the case for those in the cave. Because of this, Ellison tries to call Russell, who does not answer. At that moment, Kane notices the periodic table on the back of Ellison's shirt and comes up with a hypothesis, tracing the element that is harmful to humans. He uses the same formula and identifies the elements that could be harmful to the aliens, which are nitrogen-based life forms. Kane believes selenium will be their poison, and 500 gallons of selenium may be enough to kill the aliens. Hearing this, Wayne says he can get a fire truck where they can store and deploy the element, which can be found in Head & Shoulders, a shampoo that uses selenium sulfide as an ingredient. With everything ready and having loaded the fire truck, they set out on their mission, intending to arrive before Russell executes his plan. Meanwhile, Russell's troop is also preparing to burn the aliens, and, to his surprise, Lewis appears, saying he wants to watch the whole process. Because of this, the burning schedule is moved up. Back at the cave, Kane orders Wayne to go back and wait for their orders to activate the hose. Afterwards, they carefully move closer to the meteorite, but the primates spot them. Seeing them, Kane orders Wayne to turn on the hose, but the explosion has already begun, and this disrupts Kane's group's plan, as the flames reach the dormant cells and begin to grow a gigantic creature that consumes all living beings in its path. Lewis and Russell are hit with the truth when they finally see the creature emerging from the ground, destroying everything in its vicinity, resembling a gigantic, deformed octopus. The soldiers try to fire at the alien, but the bullets have no effect. Realizing his mistake, Russell orders a retreat. As the soldiers flee, in the distance, Kane's group is safe, but he notices that the creature is now starting to divide into two. With humanity at risk, the group decides to stick to their plan of using shampoo against the alien. Driving underneath it, they find an exit hole and aim for the alien from there. Using the fire truck's ladder, Kane and Harry move closer and shoot the shampoo inside the monster. Then, suddenly, Harry gets sucked inside, but fortunately, Kane manages to hold on and pull him out in time. With enough shampoo shot inside the alien, the creature begins to inflate, and the group immediately retreats from it. A little later, the alien creature explodes, and the group cheers victoriously as they celebrate. Kane and Ellison kiss after the incident. Lewis is interviewed and proudly shares with the media that they used locally produced shampoo to defeat the alien. The film ends with Harry and Wayne being introduced as local heroes to the public, but when it is Kane and Ellison's turn to be introduced, the two slip away to spend time together.